Yo, what's going on, you guys? I'm FlipArtz, and today I'm going to be talking about the new and surprise Battle Royale that was recently released across all, or at least most platforms, a game that I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about at this point, seen gameplay of from your favorite YouTubers. That's probably not me, and if you haven't, you're still deciding on whether or not it's worth downloading to your console or your PC and putting your time into, and yeah, that's right, we're going to be talking about Apex Legends. Now, if my opinion will mean anything to you guys at all, whether you guys are an active viewer and subscriber here to the channel, or perhaps just a newcomer looking for some opinions on the game coming from someone who isn't exactly a pro by any means, has no real sort of biased opinion whatsoever, and just all around your average Joe gamer, just your average gamer out here just trying to play a game. That's basically what I'm trying to accomplish today. I'm basically just your average dude giving his average opinion, and you know, nothing too crazy, no paid kind of sponsor type of thing going on. This is just my opinion on the game of me playing for pretty much 12 hours straight here, but we'll get into why I've been playing for 12 hours straight in just a little bit. Now, this may or may not be an important factor for some people. It could be just enough of a factor for some people to consider even downloading it, but I figured I would add this in there. But the people who created this game, Apex Legends, are the same guys who actually created Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, of course, for those of you guys that perhaps are much younger and you haven't actually played those COD titles and you guys started way later in the Call of Duty lifespan, these are the same guys who created the Titanfall series. Now, of course, I didn't play Titanfall, and maybe some of you guys didn't play Titanfall either. Basically, none of this is really going to matter to you, but basically, this team that's responsible for this game, Apex Legends, is called Respawn, or Respawn Entertainment. It's a bunch of guys that were in, you know, Activision and Infinity Ward and stuff like that, and they decided to kind of venture off, create their own company, Respawn Entertainment, and, you know, after playing a couple of games of Apex Legends, you can definitely tell that these guys are the same guys that created Call of Duty, especially because this game has a very clear picture, a very clear feel of a Call of Duty feel to this game. So the way I've been describing Apex Legends to people who have been asking me about what this game is like, how it feels, how it runs, everything like that, I've been pretty much just been telling people that it's got that Call of Duty meets Titanfall meets Overwatch meets Battle Royale type of feel to it. The graphics aren't super realistic, but aren't out of the realm of where they still look really detailed and beautiful, whether it's the characters themselves or the environment and several other sections of the map. I kind of feel like it has that not super cartoony look, because there are some characters that actually, you know, could be kind of like to that realistic nature, but for the most part it still has that kind of like Overwatch look, not that Fortnite look, but has more of like that Overwatch look to it, you know, kind of, it's not cartoony. I don't exactly know how to explain it, but it has that kind of feel to it where the characters look like that, but the overall environment of the map could easily be something from like Call of Duty or something like that. Like, they are absolutely gorgeous. But after playing this game for just about 12 hours straight, tell you guys that this game, in my opinion, is definitely fun, but definitely has flaws and things, you know, a couple of them we will mention in today's video, but there's definitely things that needs fixing, but the game is absolutely amazing, absolutely fun, probably the most fun I've had in a long time, and I couldn't even believe I stayed up 12 hours straight just playing this game, grinding it out, and just having fun with it. Now, as far as I know of, apparently this game was not only launched surprisingly across all platforms and spread among social media later on, but it came straight out of the gate as a free-to-play game that everyone will have access to play, hence, you know, free to play. There is no pay-to-win function, which is great. Everything buyable in the game is a cosmetic thing only and creates no benefit to the player or the opponents, aside from just looking really cool, having cool animations for certain things like that, and aside from that, it's just launched as a full-fledged AAA title, as well as it's a straight-up, allegedly full and complete game. Now, this game is not launched as an alpha stage, it's not launching as a beta stage like Fortnite apparently still is. It's a straight-up, quote-unquote, complete game, and there is no campaign in this at all, so as far as I know of, there's not really a backstory to this game, but I have heard rumors that this is supposed to take place somewhere in the Titanfall realm or universe. I don't know exactly if that's true or not. It's just some rumors that I heard. As well as currently in this game, as of when I'm recording right now and when you guys download it, the game only allows for a squad of 3 for playable matches, so you can't play solo, duo, or in squads, and you're actually forced to play with teams of 3. So I highly suggest that if you guys do decide to play this, that you make sure you're playing with at least one other person. Hopefully you guys can just get a full squad of 3, because there's no way that this game is fun playing it by yourself and then playing with 2 other randoms, whether they have a mic or not. It's just not fun. And for the most part, when I've been playing with some randoms, they either have a mic and don't use it, or they just don't have a mic at all and they just take all your loot and there's just no communications, whether you're pinging things or not. It just doesn't, it doesn't work. Just play with one other person or get a full party of 3. That's the best way to play. So like I mentioned earlier, in the 12 hours straight of playing, 8 of which were streamed live on my Twitch channel, by the way, twitch.tv/FlipArtzLive, in case you guys are interested in dropping a follow. Link is down in the description below. The game is really addicting and isn't the type of game that just puts you off from the get-go. So for example, I remember when I played Fortnite for the first time, and I played a couple of matches, like 2 or 3 matches. You know, some of them were okay, I got a lot of kills and stuff, but at the end of that I said no thanks, building is just not for me, and I just didn't touch the game for a good number of weeks until I decided to give it another shot. But here on Apex Legends, I played a couple of games. My second game with a couple of my friends, we pulled out the win. Our third game in, we got another win. Back-to-back wins are always good. We lost a couple of games. Next thing you know, we're several levels deep, and at this point, I'm pretty much over level 20. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm sure other people, if they're just gods at this game and they're winning back-to-back and back, they're obviously getting higher than level 20 in 12 hours, but you know, I'm still learning. I'm the average Joe gamer here, so level 20, I'm down for it. I'm all about it. The game has a big learning curve though, where they literally tell you nothing about anything other than its tutorial mode on how to walk, how to run, slide, pick up weapons and items, and ping locations, shoot your gun, reload, and use your special abilities for your special characters. Although that sounds like more than enough, the core gameplay comes down to you really knowing the ins and outs of every weapon in the game, as well as knowing what all the hundreds of different attachments do and for what weapons they're actually able to be put onto. And if there's one thing you should know, it's that you should definitely pick up every weapon you see and try it out. Read the description of the gun by hovering over it in the main menu area and see if it's what you're interested in. Does it do single fire, burst fire, semi-auto, fully auto? What kind of ammo does it require? What kind of recoil does it have, etc, etc. There's no training ground to go to, so spending a few matches just reading and testing things out is gonna definitely benefit you guys in the long run. Now, I don't really have too many bad things to say about this game because I do genuinely enjoy it a lot, and because even though the game did also launch as an allegedly completed game, to me it's still kind of like in a beta mode. There's still a lot of things that could be fixed up, and it still feels a little bit glitchy, but then again, that also happens in many other games as well, and weekly or bi-weekly patch updates and hotfixes can easily fix that. And for a list of a few things that I didn't really like, well, you know, the first thing we can talk about here is the ammo and the way it's handled in this BR, this Battle Royale. So in other BRs like Fortnite and Blackout, when you guys pick up ammo, they actually have their own little section that can stack up to a max amount of ammo for different kinds of ammo, and it doesn't affect your inventory space. Whereas here in Apex Legends, you really need to manage your backpack and figure out how much ammo you're willing to carry versus having other items like healing items, grenades, and so on. Now you can obviously find other higher tier backpacks you guys can carry, which gives you guys more inventory space, but in my case that hasn't been too common, so having more inventory space has been fairly scarce. And so usually what I do is as soon as I kill an opposing squad, usually obviously of 3, I immediately go and check for a blue backpack or better to give me more space in my inventory to work with, so I can decide if I need to hold more ammo or more heals or anything else. And another thing that I don't really like is the grace period between getting up from when you're getting downed. And as many of you guys know, in all the other Battle Royale games, thirsting or immediately killing or full killing an opponent is something everyone does, but also something everybody also hates. And when you do have the chance to get revived, or in this case just be brought back up instead of getting a full death or getting full killed, there's no grace period to actually allow you to stand up and move again. And I've had a good number of instances where either I'm just downed and in the midst of getting picked up, right as soon as I'm already rezzed or revived, I'm about to get up, I'm already shot back down and looking at the dirt. Like, I'm already dead again, and then I'm already full thirsted from that point on. I think in Fortnite, when you do get rezzed, there's a little bit of a grace period before you can actually deal damage to them. Like, you can still shoot them as they're getting up. Damage won't actually be dealt until they're fully up and the animation's over. So in this game, you just don't have that, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd like to have a little bit of a grace period to be able to run away, get behind cover or something when I'm rezzed, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be rezzed and then immediately downed. That's not very fun. So if there was something that they could do with that, that'd be great. Now, there are many other things that I don't like about the game, but like I said, the game is still kind of new, and if they don't call it a beta, I'd still treat it like one, because they're going to get a large amount of feedback these next few weeks, and the game could change drastically in the following time. But if we're not going to talk about any of the bad stuff, let's talk about some of the good stuff, because if there's anything you should like about the game, it feels amazing. It's smooth. It's amazingly smooth. I don't have any issues with lag at all. I haven't seen anyone lag around a corner or zip from one place to another. The hit detection is great, and I haven't had many situations where I'd have to complain about not getting hit markers. The game runs really well on console, and obviously depending on the specs of your PC, if you guys are playing on PC, is going to determine on how well it will run on your PC. And they actually even have a PC requirement spec on their website, so if you guys wanted to see if you guys meet the requirements to play it on your PC, you guys can go to the website and check it out there. The game itself to download, and this is maybe just for me anyway, but on PS4, it seemed like it was just less than 20 gigabytes, which is pretty insane considering that I think like Blackout was over 100 gigabytes or 70 gigabytes or something like that, which is insane. The graphics are great, the character models are fantastic, and the amount of customizations from character quotes to banners to character skins to weapon skins, phenomenal. They have loot boxes or supply drops, or in this case of the game, Apex cases, which you can earn by leveling up, or you can buy them in the shop and hope to get some cool skins or custom stuff for your profile, your characters, and everything like that. But overall, this game, I feel, has a strong chance to become one of the top battle royales that are out there to date. Right now, it's Fortnite, PUBG, or PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Blackout, and H1Z1. But for Apex Legends to be coming out of the woodwork, to be coming out of the gate unexpectedly with no promotions or leaks or anything whatsoever, nothing for anyone to expect, and to already have over millions of downloads and players on it since its launch, and at this point in time of me making this video, it's only been like maybe 2 days of when it was actually released, and also taking the #1 spot for the most played game or most streamed game over on Twitch and on YouTube, it's pretty insane. Although Call of Duty did have that effect on their launch date as well, where they were actually later taken over by Fortnite, I think maybe like a couple of days later. But we're gonna have to wait and see exactly what happens here with Apex Legends and opposing to the other, you know, existing Battle Royale games. I'm excited for this game though, and the adventure of where it's gonna end up and how it's gonna go, and where Respawn Entertainment and EA are really gonna go and try to push towards and see what they're gonna do with this, to see if it's actually gonna become the game that everybody wants it to be, which is to become the next Fortnite killer, and see if it's actually gonna have that longevity over the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, and so on, and if it can actually be something that surpasses Fortnite, becomes the #1 game, and actually has a lot of things going on in this game that will keep the player base around long enough to want to actually play this game over and over, enough customizations, enough events, enough cosmetics, anything like that, something that keeps players around long enough to come back every single day just like Fortnite does. But I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comments below for those of you guys that have played Apex Legends already. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you guys enjoy playing it? Do you guys hate it already? Do you think it's better or worse than the other BRs that are available on the market right now? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And of course, for those of you guys that haven't played it yet, are you guys considering to download it now after hearing what I had to say? Or maybe you guys would have downloaded it regardless of my opinion or not, and maybe you guys are just deciding to stick with the games and it's not really your style, not really your kind of BR kind of game to play. I'd like to hear your thoughts as well down in the comments below. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do enjoy Apex Legends a lot, so I do plan on uploading a lot more of this content here on the channel, and if you guys enjoy that kind of stuff, hopefully guys will be subscribing and sticking around here on the channel as well. But regardless of that, hopefully guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, remember to drop a like, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications by hitting that bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also follow me on Twitter to stay up to date on everything going on regarding my videos, my channel, my streams, and myself. Thank you guys again for watching. Catch you on the flip side. Arts out.
I'ma be sexy forever.